Okay, for 866, they want us to simplify the expressions. So the easiest way to do these is to simplify them using our knowledge of how exponents can be divided and multiplied. So remember, when we divide exponents, we're actually subtracting the power, the exponent itself. So let's take a look. Let me get red so I can cancel out. So first I have, for A, I have 8 over 8, right? So that cancels out. And I have a 5 to the third over 5 to the third, which cancels out. And then I have 3 to the second over 3 to the first, which leaves me with 3 to the first in the numerator, right? 3 to the first. And therefore, simplified for A is 3, right? For B, we can use our power to power rules, right? So I have, for B, right, I have 3 to the fourth, x to the fourth, right? But that's not simplified. It doesn't say to leave it in exponential form. So 3 to the fourth I have to multiply out. So if I can't do it in my head, I would have to come off to the side and say 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? So 3 times 3 is 9, and then times 3 is 27, and then times 3 again is 81. So this becomes 81x to the fourth, and that would be in simplified form. Okay, the next one, C, we'll do it down here. I have 3 to the third times 3 to the fifth. So 3 to the third times 3 to the fifth is 3 to the 3 plus 5. And you do not need to show this work, but I'm just showing you the way it's done. And then I have times 1/3 squared, which is 1 squared over 3 squared, right, when we distribute that squared in. So I have 3 to the 8th times 1 over 3 squared, which is the same as 3 to the 8th over 3 squared. And now we use our division property. I'll come up here. And we subtract the exponents, right? So this becomes 3 to the 8th minus 2, right? Which is 3 to the 6th. And again, this step, let me just circle it. This step, I don't need to see that step, but it's useful for me to show you how to do it. Now, if it said leave in exponential form, which I am not sure if the book's answers will actually have this left as 3 to the 6th, but if the question says simplify, we really cannot leave it in exponential form. So I already had 3 to the fourth, right, right when I was doing this one, right? This was 3 to the fourth. So I need to carry that out a little further, right? So I have 81 times another 3, right? Which is 81 to 43. And then I have to multiply that by 3 again. And if you can't do that, we're resort to long multiplication. So that's 9. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1, 6, 7. So this becomes 729 in simplified form. Again, you have to look at the instructions. If it says simplify, you cannot leave it in exponential form. Only if it says leave answer in exponential form can you leave it as 3 to the 6th. Okay, so that's A, B, and C. Let me make some room now for D. D, we have the ability to cancel a little, right? 7 to the fourth over 7 squared leaves me with a 7 squared, 7 squared in the numerator, right? Because 4 minus 2 is 2. And then 9 squared over 9 to the third leaves me with a 9 to the first in the denominator, or 9. So I have 7 squared over 9, which becomes 49 ninths. And there is no common factor there, so that is simplified unless you, for some reason, want to change it into a mixed number.